Right, 29 March 2020, and a serious situation is developing in Harare between Mnangagwa and millionaire businessman who is called Frank Buyanga. So Frank Buyanga is being backed by General Chiwenga. These two are very close. After Frank Buyanga traveled to Harare last month and met with General Chiwenga in his office to explain himself about the stories that have been coming out in the media, where he said Mnangagwa and his family were trying or were planting false stories about him so that General Chiwenga can be against him. So what happened is that after that meeting, General Chiwenga had understood the position that Frank Buyanga had explained. And immediately after, Frank Buyanga moved his lawyers. So he changed his lawyers in a custody battle that he has been having. And he has had this custody battle with a lady called Chantel Muteswa. We published her here a few days ago. And he moved his lawyers to Manasseh and Manasseh, the same lawyers that are being used by General Chiwenga. So General Chiwenga and Frank Buyanga, they are now using the same lawyers, they are using the same strategies. What General Chiwenga is doing to Mary Chiwenga, he's using exactly the same strategy. If you look at the court papers that were drawn up by Frank Buyanga, they are exactly the same papers that were used in the case with Chantel Muteswa. So the interesting thing is that this week, Frank Buyanga carried out a brazen raid, a daylight armed raid, where when Chantel and her mother were packing groceries into their Honda Fit, he sent armed men, and I will try to attach the clip here, a short clip. He sent armed men to rush and grab the child. And when the child was grabbed, Frank was sitting there at the scene. It's not like he sent people and wasn't there. He was there. They took the baby and they handed the baby to Frank. And this is illegal in any country. There's no way you can grab a child with guns. You have to go to court. So this was an illegal activity, and the police wanted to arrest Frank. This is not to be allowed in any country where people will just run around with guns doing this kind of thing. But following the intervention of General Chiwenga, so this is from my sources, following the intervention of General Chiwenga, the police in Harare failed to arrest Frank Buyanga. So up to this moment, there is no one who knows where Frank Buyanga is. No one has made a follow-up. He has not been arrested. His lawyers have not been told to make him present himself to the police. This is because of the intervention that was made by General Chiwenga. To make matters worse, Frank then wrote a letter to the investigating officer to inform him that he had recovered his son. Now, this is amazing stuff, where someone admits that they've conducted an armed raid, took a baby in broad daylight, and went away. Then they write a letter to the police that this is what I've done, and then nothing happens to him. Frank, in his court papers, he has indicated that he suspects or he knows that Chantel, the mother of his baby, is in love with one of Mnangagwa's sons. So this is in court papers. He is saying Chantel, the mother of his baby, is working with the Mnangagwa family against him. He has said this in court papers. It's not something that is hidden. This allegation has been denied by Chantel. Chantel said yesterday in a press conference that she held that she did not or has never met the First Lady, Mnangagwa, and she is not in love with any of her sons. So that's what she said. But you can clearly see what I'm saying. This case, this custody battle in which Frank Buyanga and Chantel Mteswa are involved in has dragged in members of the presidency with one person on one side and the other person on the other side. So Frank being backed by General Chiwenga, and as he claims in his court papers, he says Chantel is being backed by Mnangagwa's family because she is in love with one of his sons, and also because Mnangagwa has taken an interest in the case. I'll explain this further. One day, I'll make a video where I explain how this case started. This case of Frank, Mnangagwa, General Chiwenga, how they all ended up together, including how Chantel ended up getting involved in the case. So Frank is a very wealthy person. He's got a lot of money, and he's also very, very connected. If you want to know how rich Frank Buyanga is, my sources tell me that a few years ago, he gave a South African pastor 20 million rands to build a church. He just gave him cash, and the pastor built a church. That is how rich this guy is. He's got vast interests in the financial services sector, including property. So a lot of people borrowed money from Frank Buyanga, and that was through his financial services company, and they ended up losing their houses. So we'll go into that another day. What I just want to point out is that Frank is not a lightweight. An ordinary person won't be able to do what he did and walk out of Zimbabwe. It's very difficult. In Zimbabwe, the security services in Zimbabwe, they are very, very good. I explained this a few weeks back. They know what is happening. If you see them not arresting you, it's because there has been political interference. As in this case, Frank at the moment has a child that he took by force using guns in public. And Mnangagwa is failing to get the police in Harare to arrest him. A precedent has been set here. Next time, if I'm a father and I'm not happy with the mother of my child taking the baby, I'll just get a few guys with guns and we take the child away. And nothing will happen. This is the precedent that has been set in Zimbabwe. So, very interesting case that has happened. The relationship between Mnangagwa and General Chiwenga is deteriorating. And according to my sources, Mnangagwa has increased security around his family. So all these things are happening at a time when reports have said that General Chiwenga is very, very sick. Is it true that he's sick or not? What I want to do is tomorrow I want to come back and I'll give you an update about General Chiwenga. What is happening with General Chiwenga? What is going to happen in the near future? But at the moment, in this case of Frank Buyanga versus the mother of his child, Chantel Mteswa, General Chiwenga has openly backed Frank Buyanga, who defied Mnangagwa in public. So this is not a joke. This is a very serious matter. And this case is going to mark the beginning of something very, very interesting that is going to happen. We need to keep watching what is going to happen to Frank, to Chantel. This case is revealing some things that we did not know were happening behind the scenes. Right, so tomorrow I'll be back. I'll give you an update on what is happening with General Chiwenga. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching this on WhatsApp, send it to as many people as possible. If you're watching this on Facebook and YouTube, please like, comment, and share.